All right, welcome back to a KC Sports Report live stream. And tonight we're going to have a jam-packed show for everybody. LA Original is going to be joining me soon. We got a game to preview, and obviously we're going to make our Week 17 picks. But, LA is probably going to disagree with me, but I think that we have a very good chance of winning this game. The Chiefs are resting their starters. Patrick Mahomes isn't going to play. Tyreek Hill's not going to play. I don't think they've ruled out Travis Kelce, but I'm pretty sure that he's not going to play. But I've seen guys like Mike Pennell and some of the rookies on defense, they are going to play. And if you guys remember, this Chiefs team has beaten some pretty good teams with their backups. If you look back to last year, when Patrick Mahomes wasn't playing, they beat the Vikings and they almost beat the Packers. At the time, they were one of the best teams in the NFL. LA, the link is in the description. So if you just click that, you can join the stream. I can't wait to hear what you have to say because we'll probably have a differing opinion. But the Chargers are not very good this year. They played us very close back in, I believe it was week 2. But I think this is going to be a good game. I'm really interested to see what he has to say though, because he might scrutinize me for my opinion on the Chiefs winning. While I'm waiting for him, I'll try to answer some of the questions. Guys, ask away all your questions. I'll try to answer some before he gets in, but when I'm talking to LA, I'm not really going to be answering questions. Maybe if one sticks out, I will, but save all the questions that you have and put them in the chat, and I'll see them, but I'll most likely answer them after the preview. LA, is the link in the? Did I put the link in the description? I think I put the link in the description. It should be down there for you, LA. I'm not too sure. Baker's playing since Breland is resting. And more Willie Gay. More Willie Gay is a good thing. After what he did last week, I want to see him play more in this defense. I was very happy with how he performed. He made some kind of rookie mistakes in the beginning, but we saw it later in the game. He forced a fumble, and he did all that other good stuff to help the Chiefs win. So without further ado, let me welcome to the stream, LA Original. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Doing pretty well. So give me your
Is it
take on
messing
this
up?
game.
Oh no, there you go.
I can hear you.
Okay, I don't know if it's cutting out or if it's on my end.
You're
Hold on,
kind
let
of
me
um,
is it my end that's cutting out?
yeah, just a bit. It's not even really cutting out. It's just kind of quiet.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you said you want to know my take on this game.
Yeah, because we're probably gonna have a different opinion.
Not really, dude. Look, all I'm hoping for in this game is Herbert to have 350 yards, which is not going to happen. And he already has the rookie touchdown record, so I'm good with that. Let me give you the injury list here. So we're no Keenan Allen, no Hunter Henry, no Joey Bosa, no Casey Hayward, no Jalen Guyton, our second, or not really second option. That's more Mike Williams, but who else is missing? Ryan Balaga's out. Um, did I cover everybody?
So your
I
entire team
think.
basically banged up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So you
So
basically
we're
you're
supposedly.
basically playing your backups too.
Oh yeah. 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 Oh yeah. So the fact is that if Herbert has any shot at 350, that would mean we would have to do it with who knows who. I don't know, man. Again, it's more the only reason that this game even should matter to the Chargers is just to, Herbert's going on that little bit of a revenge tour. Obviously we played everybody tough this
Yeah.
year in the division. Going all the way back to week 2, we damn near should have had that game, but because the Chargers, why we didn't score first in overtime. We should have, you know. So, yeah, dude, that's all it's pretty much been. That's all this really is coming down to is just Herbert having a revenge tour. But at the end of the day, man, we're not gonna have anybody worth beating. I know you're resting guys, or you're resting a lot of
Oh, because
guys.
I thought that you were going. Yeah. Yeah, I thought you were going
That
to
I
be
was
like, oh
going
no,
with.
the Chargers are going to win this game. But I thought you were saying that the Chargers were going to win the game because I was like, well, I mean, we aren't playing Mahomes. Kelce's not playing. Hill's not playing. So, I mean, it's good. Honestly, this might be the most fair game of the season, for for both teams.
Okay,
Um,
yeah, playing your backup. Shut up, Darcy. Next year, I'm telling you right now, next year, you're gonna have some competition for this division, okay? And it's not gonna be the Raiders and it's not gonna be Denver. It's gonna be this team right here.
I
So
just would like to say that
saddle up. What?
back in you kind of cutting out a bit, just a little bit. Back in week 2 when we were playing you guys, I made the executive decision to put Herbert in the thumbnail, which he actually did end up starting, and he played pretty well. So I take most of the credit for Herbert's success. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I mean, we'll see. I think Herbert's the best young quarterback in the game. I mean, the best rookie quarterback at least. He's better than Burrow. He's better than Tua. I mean, you guys got really lucky. It's just like hopefully you can get the good coaching around him soon.
Yeah, I mean that's the big thing, dude. Is can't mess his career up. Philip Rivers, was a decent quarterback, but he's kind of Philip Rivers is who he is. I mean, you're seeing it now with Indy, so it's not just the Chargers. Like it's just Philip Rivers was never a big time quarterback. Now obviously there hasn't been too many big games with this kid. Obviously with the bad season that we've had, but I do see him. Division games are always going to be big games, and you know
Mm-hmm.
he, he's played great against you with the division. Obviously the Raider game, we probably should have won that if it wasn't for the ground. The first game, the Bronco game was just unacceptable. Blowing the 21-point lead to Drew Lock was just my God. How does that happen? And then, but we redeemed ourselves. We still beat the Raiders. I don't care what Raider fans are gonna say. I don't care what Ash says. Oh, the Raiders. Yeah, but you didn't.
You're kind of
The fact is that
you're cutting out a bit.
okay, hold on. Let me see if let me see. What can I
Just it's a
change? You know what?
little
Let me
bit.
take it off of Wi-Fi.
Um, okay, so you actually think that the Chiefs can win this game? Though I guess you're trying to fix your stuff, so I won't ask you too many questions while you're doing that. But like, I mean, my opinion going into this game, and LA told me that Keenan Allen's not playing, along with a bunch of other players, weren't playing. So I was like, well, is it really going to like, be in the Chiefs' favor? But since he told me all those guys were sitting out, and knowing that, I mean, through the Chargers, they kept it close with the Jets. They kept it close with a lot of other teams. Like I think that the Chiefs are going to have a very good chance to win this game, especially because, like you said, most of your starters aren't playing.
Yeah. Okay. Did you say something? Did I left and came back, right?
Yes, yeah,
Okay. So you were saying, listen, I mean, the thing is, dude, we're still, unfortunately, with all the injuries, even if we would have been healthy, we still have the injury known as Anthony Lynn as
yeah,
our head coach. So, till that gets cured, there's no hope for this team. So again, we could have a full, everybody playing, but it still wouldn't matter because you have Anthony Lynn, you have Shane, like the offensive coordinator is horrible. Gus Bradley is horrible. I would not be surprised if you go with Chad Henne and he has the game of his life because the Chargers are just a team that doesn't make any kind of adjustments. They still run the same defense. You're obviously out Bosa, you're out Melvin Ingram, you're out your two best defensive players. You'll still run the same exact defense that you would if they were in the game. That's the thing that's
yeah,
so frustrating about this team is we make no adjustments whatsoever, dude. Injuries is a big part of the game and everything. I get that, but he still runs the same exact defense as if he had, Bosa, Ingram, Derwin James, all these guys. And that's the frustrating part about it. That's why I hope that this is it. I hope following this game, because that, hey, dude, as a Charger fan, look, We're playing for nothing right now. We have the
Yeah.
12th pick in the draft right now. If we win this game, we could possibly go to 15 and then still have that little bit of hope that, oh, let's go with Anthony Lynn next year. If you guys blow us out and we lose to the Chiefs backups, dude, come on now.
Yeah.
Like it's just ridiculous. I heard you talking earlier about how your team did when Mahomes went out last year, and your team was pretty decent.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we
Um,
were pretty solid.
it's because you're a well coached team, dude. That's the thing. You can play. I'm not saying don't go into the playoffs with no Patrick Mahomes or anything like that, but you're a well coached team. You get the most out of your entire team, not just the stars on your team, the entire team, and that's something the Chargers can't do. They can't. It's like it's a mismatch. It's already enough to be a mismatch on the field, but when you're also mismatched, especially at the head coaching position, yeah, dude, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it's you
You
can't
know,
really overcome really bad coaching. Like, well, I think it was earlier this year. You guys were which team were you playing when it was like it was like the last down of the game, and Herbert drops like, or he was going to take a quarterback seat in the end zone, and your offensive
that
line
was the
backed up as if it was
Bills.
like pass pro. Bills,
The
and
Bills.
wouldn't you have won that game
Yeah.
if you would have just jumped in there?
No, no. I mean that was the thing. That was the thing that I thought was so strange about that game. We were down 10 points, and we were taking obviously the urgency to score, do an onside kick, which onside kick does not work. But the Chargers were just running this like vanilla slow paced offense. They weren't even trying to score quick. It was like, dude, it's like you had no sense of awareness of what's going on. You're down by 10 points. You have this Hail Mary catch by Tyron Johnson, and then you're walking to the line, time's ticking off, you got no timeouts. And I'm like, what are the Chargers doing? Do they not realize you need to hurry up and score and then try to go for an onside kick just to tie the game? Like, dude, seriously, the Chargers have no awareness, man. No awareness of what's going on. And that's why, yeah. And then that's the very embarrassing way to end that game is what the fuck are you doing, dude? Like, my
Because
God, man,
I,
this
I
team is so
remember
frustrating.
when we played you
Frustrating.
guys in week 2. I don't remember. I think Lynn punted us the ball with like time left in the, or did he punt the ball in overtime instead of just going for it?
Yeah. And that was the other thing of bringing up too. The Chargers have went for it on 4th and 1 23 different times this year. And their second week of the season, we have it on 4th down. Now, what did we do? Just rewind it back to week 15 of last year, of 2019 or 18, because, okay, a couple years. We go for 2 because you knew you didn't want the ball back in Patrick Mahomes' hands.
Yeah.
So rather than going for it on 4th and 1 in overtime, you punt the ball, and I'm thinking, what the hell are you doing? And then, like I said, man, especially with how many times we've gone for it on 4th and 1, and we haven't converted many times, but still, you put the ball, and even though it wasn't really Patrick Mahomes who beat us in that game, it took 2 57-yard field goals, to
Yeah.
nail it, but still. It's like, what are you doing, dude? Go for it. Try to win the game. You don't want to put the ball back in Mahomes' hands. And that's just the Chargers, dude. They just the awareness is not there, man. And it's crazy because that's the thing. You would think that this was a brand new coaching staff. And the fact is like, dude, this is entire coaching staff has been here for 4 years. And this is what you're doing
Yikes.
on the field. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And then still to think about it, the Chargers, even with that, as bad as it's been, could have easily gone 11-5 this year if only a couple games didn't go the fucking wrong way.
Yeah.
And
You guys
that's the frustrating part.
should have beat the Saints. Like I remember watching that game, and I was just like, oh man, like Herbert had a fantastic game, and your field goal kicker missed it.
You
Was
missed
it
it. Yep.
Badgley that missed it?
Yep.
Yeah, that's
It was
just
like a 40, and it wasn't even anything crazy. And that's the other thing too. Indoors, man, kickers, this should not be this bad for kickers this year. It's indoors. You have no crowd. It's like, come on, dude. Like, seriously, you're going to miss a 47. I think it was like a 47-yard field goal, and he doinked it. And it's like, my God, dude, this team just has like I don't know, dude. And then that one goes to overtime. That one we're on fourth down. Obviously, we had to go for it. You couldn't punt it to, the game would have been over. But even that one, it was like 4th and 7, and then we run a route. I think it was Mike Williams runs a route like 5 yards when we needed 7, and we come up a yard short in that game. So again,
Yeah.
the awareness has been the Chargers' biggest problem this year. But
So, like,
it's
I mean, as a Chargers fan, I mean, what hurts you the most about like if you did win this game? Like, is it the fact that you have a very good chance of keeping Anthony Lynn, or would your draft like I know you were talking about the draft earlier, but would it really drop like 3 or 4 spots if you won this one
yeah,
game?
I think so, dude. I think right now we're at 12. If Denver loses, I heard they're going up to 7. So, and we need to be kind of near Denver or in front of. I would prefer to be in front of Denver, but I don't think that's going to happen now. But yeah, winning this game could, potentially put us back to 15, I would think, and that's what I'm saying. It's like winning doesn't really solve anything. It doesn't prove anything. The only thing it proves is that Herbert went 3-3 in his rookie season in the division. But that's pretty much it. It means nothing as far as confidence builder or whatever. Because in my opinion, we're getting rid of our head coach. Is not going to be there. That's why I feel like as long as Herbert puts together a good game, that's a win, even if we lose. But
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, man, like I said, I don't really take any and when I was telling this to Casey Kidd, is that let's just say the Chiefs do run the table and they win the Super Bowl. Do we really want the Raiders to be the only fan base that's speaking about they're the only teams that beat the Chiefs this year? I really don't want to hear that. So, maybe winning this game, so at least that way when Raiders, oh, we beat the Chiefs this year, we're the only team to beat. Yeah, so did we. So shut up. So I don't know. But again, that's really all it comes down to. But in the long run, I'd rather lose this game. Just go out respectable, dude. No. Try not to shit the bed, and just if we lose, we lose. But like I said, I have a feeling Chad Henne is going to go out there and just destroy this secondary because there's nobody there, dude. Chris Harris,
Yeah.
is probably going to be the only corner that. Well, Michael Davis would be there too, but yeah, it's not looking pretty, dude. So it is what it
I mean,
is.
dude, I was expecting a lot of a different. I thought you were gonna be like, oh, we're gonna beat the Chiefs and stuff like that.
Oh, Darcy went on mute.
Sorry, my mic came out. I didn't expect you to be like, yeah, the Chiefs are probably like gonna win and stuff like that. Like I thought that we could win, but I mean, you telling me that some of your starters aren't gonna play. It doesn't.
Oh yeah, dude. And this is, I think Keenan Allen and Hunter Henry are both on the COVID list, so they're definitely going to be out. The Bosa's been out, ruled out. Hunter Henry. Well, no, I said Henry. Yeah, just everybody I told you. So there's really not going to be anything that it's going to be bad, dude. So
I mean, dude, to be quite honest
again,
with you, we're not gonna blow you out because like I don't think we're playing any of our starters. I think that it'll be like a 3 to 5 point game. Like actually, I think it's going to be very
probably.
close because like, dude, Herbert's good enough to overcome like you said, the bad coaching and like just pretty much a lot of obstacles. And I think he could. I think he will keep you in the game. Um, Honestly, I don't even know who we are. I mean, I know we're sitting like Mahomes and Tyreek, but I'm not really sure about our defense and who's playing. I think most of our defense is playing, but I mean, we'll see. I mean, if you don't want to win the game, I mean, we'll take it. I don't think we've been 15-1 in our franchise's history, so we would definitely take it.
And I think Tyreek Hill isn't playing. If I saw right, Tyreek Hill and your Edward Hilarious, I think is out. Well, he's out with an injury, so
Yeah, he's actually
or
coming
at
back
least he
for the
was
playoffs.
injured.
For whatever reason, I guess he's
Oh,
coming back
okay.
for the playoffs. I didn't expect that, but Tyreek's got like a hamstring injury or something like that. Um, I mean, yeah, I didn't write anything down for this game because I was like, you know what, this is a backup game. Like, I know you've been pretty heavy on the draft stuff.
Oh
Not
yeah. Oh yeah. Dude,
like
I've been heavy on the draft since we lost to the Raiders the first week. That's when it's just like, okay, time to focus on the Raiders or fuck the Raiders. Focus on the draft because yeah, this team is just it's bad, dude. It is just so bad. This is by far I've been a Charger fan for 26 years. 2016 was a very frustrating season. 2018 was a very frustrating season as well, but this year was by no not 2018, 2019. Well last year was very
yeah,
frustrating, but this year it's because last year at least we could blame Phillip Rivers and his interceptions. We could blame all the turnovers that we had in 2016 because that was just one of those years where it was like you're expecting them to just shit the bed. This year it's like we were good enough to have such a strong lead and we would look. I seriously thought that we could compete with anybody at one point this year. And then for
yeah.
it to just fall apart the way it has, it's like, what the hell happened, dude? It's like you just like no control whatsoever. Like you're just it's a soap opera here, man. Like seriously, the way
So,
this season's
uh,
unfolded.
what percentage of the blame would you give coaching, and then just like for the team?
I mean, I would give the coaching at least 80%.
Really?
At least 80% because Ash Rader had made a comment to me when we were playing, and he's like, yeah, the team gave up on Anthony Lynn. And honestly, I don't think that's what happened. I don't think. I think maybe now the team is kind of, especially after what we saw with the Jets game and all that. Like, yeah, now I would kind of say, it does look like the players kind of checked out. But I would go, it's 80% coaching and, obviously 10% bad luck and 10% players because like I said, man, I think you have everybody that's just doing what they're told to do.
Yeah.
We have guys like Kenneth Murray, in my opinion. I was expecting that guy to be the difference maker on this defense, but when they constantly have him dropping back into coverage rather than just completely destroying a quarterback, you can't really blame him for that. Again, I think it's just coaching that is putting these guys in bad positions, doing things. Dude, like, here's my thing. I gave a lot of shit to Bosa earlier in this
Hmm.
year when he took that play off in that Chief game. You remember that, right?
Yeah,
Well,
he just
obviously,
like he like
week
stayed on
two.
his knee, didn't he?
He sat down, right? Now,
Yeah.
my thing is with that, dude, and that was only the second game of the year. So it is kind of like, and, no one's going to, I wouldn't argue with people if they want to say Bosa does take a lot of plays off because I think he does. But I will say this though, dude. Like Gus Bradley put so much on that front four, dude. Like dude, imagine that having to grind through a whole entire game and just having to go at it full force. There's no question he's gonna be tired. But
Yeah.
again, I just feel that Gus Bradley could lighten the load on these guys, not having to make them go 100% every single play if he just brought, other pressure, or did something, dude, to help these guys. But no, he doesn't. 95% of the pressure that we get on the quarterback is due to the front four, dude. That's it. And then the other 5%, we might mix in a cornerback blitz. We might do something, but it's very rare. And I don't get it. I just don't get it. You're basically wearing these guys out.
Hmm.
And yeah, dude, like it's just that's what I'm saying, dude. It's coaching. It's coaching because it's not the players on the field, dude. This team, even with all the injuries we had, you know, we still had a very competitive team. We had a team that built, how many double digit leads did we blow this year?
A, a lot.
You, yeah.
You
So,
guys kept it
the
close
Tampa Bay
too
game, the
with a lot
Tampa
of
Bay
teams.
game is a prime example. You want to know what's wrong with the Chargers? That Tampa Bay Buccaneers game. Go look at that game. Look at how great we looked in the first half, and then you end that first half by fumbling the football, giving Tom Brady, of all people, a new life, new energy, going right into the half, and then that's why Tom Brady scorched us that second half. And that's running the ball, a delayed handoff with 41 seconds left at your own 15-yard line. What are you doing? That's why we lost that game. Again, coaching. Anybody else would have been like, hey, man, especially the Chargers with Tom Brady. Tom Brady owns the Chargers. It's like you go into the half feeling damn good about yourself, getting a pick six on Brady and doing all those things. No, let's go ahead and do a delayed handoff, fumble the football, and just momentum shifted the other way before we could even hit the locker room. And that's what happens with this team, dude. This team is it's fucking laughable, bro. It really is.
Do you have like
'Cause
a head coach like a target for next year that you want?
I'd go with Eric Bieniemy, dude. I wasn't in favor of him, but I like that he's been around Mahomes, so he's gonna try to duplicate that offense, So even though I don't give him credit for what Mahomes has become, I give that 100% to Andy Reid. The fact is that this guy has a front row seat on it. He'll know all the blocking packages and all, like he'll just bring whatever offense you're running. And I think if you put Herbert, obviously we're not going to have the weapons that you have there, but if you could put Herbert and try to put him in those situations like Mahomes do, I'm not going to say Herbert will be as good as Mahomes because I think that's, no, I just don't think that, but I think he could be Herbert. He could be a better Herbert.
Yeah,
and that's all you can hope for.
He'd be really good. He'd be really good. He's good now, and that's with bad coaching.
Yeah. And that's the thing too, dude. When we put Herbert in play action, bro, he seems more comfortable in that than he does when he just, you know what I'm saying? Like when he lets the play come to him. There was a couple, I think it was the Raider game, I can't remember, where you see Hunter Henry was completely covered and Herbert rolled out to the right, dude, and then just he made him open, by the way he rolled out. So that's where I was just like, holy dude, if we could get Bieniemy here, I think that would make like perfect sense, especially if he brings in, like I said, that offense.
Bieniemy is a good coach. I think you guys would like him. And if you do take him, we get 2 third-round picks.
Yes, you get 2 third-round picks. Well, way to go. But then, maybe you could go and hire Pep Hamilton, and then that way, it returns the favor. But yeah, obviously that's such a stupid rule, man.
I agree.
2 third-round picks for a guy you already like. Okay, you want to do something dumb like that? Okay, cool. Do it before. Bieniemy was hired way before this stupid rule came about. So I don't know. I think that's a dog shit rule, and it just wow.
I agree.
So, it is what it is.
It's benefiting me. It's literally benefiting me, and I think it's dumb.
Oh, yeah. Well, and, that's the thing, too. Because, see, the thing is like, okay, you're getting rewarded for having an offensive coordinator that was there before this rule came in. Well, we have a black coach. The Steelers have a black coach. Why don't you give them the pick? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. They have to be hired to go somewhere else, but it's just such a stupid rule. So I don't know. Is that official though? Is that really going to happen?
I mean, if he leaves, yeah. I mean, I've heard rumors though that he's not looking to leave, but I mean, being a head coach is being a head coach. I think he'd probably go. I don't know if he. I mean, I heard Broncos fans want him. He's not going to the Broncos. But he could go to the Chargers because, if you guys didn't have Herbert, he wouldn't go. But since you do have Herbert and he sees talent, I think he could go there. Darcy, you have a question?
Oh, yeah, dude. I feel like.
Go ahead.
All right, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Where do the third-round picks come from? Like, I think they just add. Isn't it like at the end of the third round? I would assume.
Yeah, it'll be after all those compensatory or whatever that shit's called. It would have to be after that. Because imagine they put them like in the middle and like fuck you.
Dude, even 2 third-round picks at the end. I mean, L'Jarius Sneed, our cornerback, who's started a lot this year, was a 4th-round draft pick. So like, Veach hits on guys later in the draft. What's your GM's name again?
You need. Tom Telesco.
He's pretty good, isn't he? Like I've seen, didn't he hit on some late rounders as well?
I mean, look, dude, it's up and down with me with Tom Telesco because the guy has ignored the offensive line for a while. And then the players that he has taken hasn't panned out. I'm still up in the air with him too. I mean, if it meant firing him to bring on a Bill Belichick, I would do that in a heartbeat. But I just think at this point, dude, like, you know, it's I don't know, man. His thing is, yeah, he's found guys like, our late round picks are like, okay, like I'll put it to you like this. So the past three drafts, not including this year, or no, including this year's, but let's just say, dude, there was only one player that didn't make this team, and that was due to injury. And Dylan Cantrell, whatever his name is, he's the only player. Everybody else, seventh round picks, have all made the team. So in that sense, he's good at adding depth, but again, dude, he can't draft an offensive line to save his life. He's been wrong and he's been ignoring it, and that's why the Chargers' number one problem has been the offensive line, because we don't have a true left tackle that, So yeah, he's got to know, dude. Like, how do you ignore the offensive line, dude? You need to have a solid offensive line in this game. Pass rushers are only getting faster and quicker, all the same. But like, they're only getting better, and you're still like, let's go Mike Williams in the first round. A couple years back, that was stupid, but it is what it is.
I mean, how much salary cap do you guys have? Because are you going to pick one up in free agency, or?
The thing is, bro, there's nobody worth really signing. You figure free agency right now, there's Trent Williams, right? There's no way the 49ers let him go. Then you move to he's really the only left tackle worth talking about. He's gonna resign or get tagged. Then you go to the guards. There's only two guards: the dude from New England, which could be there, that Joe Toomey guy.
Oh yeah,
and Brandon Sheriff. And I don't think the Redskins will let him go. So really, there's only one guy. There's some centers in this free agency. Alex Mack from, or is he from Atlanta? Maybe, but
okay.
Yeah, dude. Left tackles, there's really nobody. After Trent Williams, there's nobody. So yeah, that's why you gotta go to the draft.
Our O-line's been banged up too. Like, I mean, it's not obviously as bad as yours, but like, it's when you experience a bunch of injuries and you just kind of patch and play them, it's kind of tough on the O-line. And like, trust me, having a good like if you give Herbert a lot of time, he's going to be scary. I mean, he's going to be really scary because I mean, we're not really going to talk about this game because like I kind of want to hear your thoughts on next year. Like next year after a draft, ideally, what do you think you need to like compete for the division? Because honestly, I think the Broncos are going to suck for a long time. I don't think that they've got it figured out at quarterback. They're probably going to have to fire Elway. And, I mean, who knows if the Raiders are going to go 500 again. I mean, we don't know. But like, what do you think that the Chargers are going to do in the offseason?
I think if the okay, back to the salary cap. We never got to that. We only have 30 million. Keep saying 1,000. 30 million in cap space, which is still good enough to be ninth in the league in free agency, right? Which is crazy to me that only 30 million can put you at the top 10. But the thing is, we have 26 free agents this year. Yikes. We have to sign a couple guys, dude. Like, of all 26, I want only a handful of guys. And nobody's marquee or anything like that. But, it's just a football, dude. It costs money. So going in a free agency, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers only have like maybe around 15 mil, if you really think about it. Like, they're not going to have that much money to sign guys. So that's why I'm putting all my focus on the draft. The draft is where you have to knock out every single pick, bro. Like, every pick has to, and this is what I was saying about Denver this past year. I was like, dude, you can't rely on rookies too much, and that's what Denver was doing. They had an amazing draft class, but they were going to have to rely on a lot of rookies. And you see how bad that turned out. Now, the Chargers, again, dude, we need guys. We need a left tackle. We need a shifty receiver like a John Ross just to use his speed, maybe sign someone like him. And defensively, dude, that's the other problem, man. We need to redo that whole secondary. Chris Harris and Casey Hayward, especially secondary, is so important, especially in this division because you
Yeah,
have like
air raid
5 or 6
offenses.
receivers. Yeah. So that's why it's like there's still a lot of work. You can't just say, oh, you know what? We don't have to really do anything. Let's just, no, dude, we have to really address the secondary and pray to God Derwin James can play. Because if Derwin James plays, he returns next year. That is, a huge upgrade for this defense. But we still have to address the secondary, the cornerbacks. We let go of Desmond King, although we wouldn't have re-signed him anyway. But like, yeah, dude, the Chargers have a lot of work to do. So yes, having Herbert is great and all, but imagine having cornerbacks aren't exactly cheap. Offensive line is not cheap. You're you're gonna have to get creative, man, because yeah, dude, we do need a lot of help, dude. Casey Hayward and Chris Harris, even though Chris Harris was good in the beginning of the year, he just got hurt. His age is showing. He's not very fast. He got chased down by a quarterback. It was Marcus Mariota on that pick six, but still, I mean, that was embarrassing. So yeah, the Chargers, they do have some work to do, but yeah, I mean, I just think you got to focus on blocking first and foremost, man. Get a left tackle that can actually block, help Herbert out, and sky's the limit, dude. And I just think that he is such a special talent, bro. Like I said,
Yeah,
he's putting up these numbers with the shitty head coaching that we have. Like,
yeah.
could you imagine, dude, if we get a lot of people are saying the dude from Buffalo, the offensive coordinator, I don't know much about him. Like I said, I would rather have Eric Bieniemy, but or maybe Bill Belichick, dude. That's not crazy to think that Bill
I don't know if
Belichick will
Belichick would
leave.
leave. Is he said he
Why
wants to
wouldn't
leave?
I haven't heard that he said he would, but I'm just saying, like, why wouldn't he want to leave, dude? His thing is, oh, he wants to prove that he could do it without Brady. Well, Brady's gonna win a super. Brady could possibly be in the Super Bowl this year. You know that Tampa Bay is gonna get a ton of help from the refs. You know that Brady could get to the Super Bowl. So what do you have left to prove? You missed the playoffs without having Brady. You know, you have Cam Newton. You couldn't turn him around. What is left to prove there in New England? You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, dude. Why not just leave? Let New England start their whole new era with Josh McDaniels and whatever quarterback they might draft, and have Bill Belichick. If he comes down to LA, dude, I'm telling you, Darcy, you know. But I don't know. That's a long shot, but I mean, who knows? Maybe it happens. Maybe it don't. I don't know.
Chiefs would still win the division.
I don't know. Listen, Darcy. I don't know. Bill Belichick. What happened in 2018, Darcy?
What happened in 19 and 20?
You didn't beat Bill Belichick, though. Or did you?
We did.
Yeah, no, you didn't beat Belichick. The Patriots lost to the Titans that year.
Oh, are you talking about playoffs? I was just talking about like we beat him.
Well,
in
regular season. What does Tyson know? Regular season is meaningless. Darcy. Come on now. You couldn't beat Belichick in the playoffs. So all I'm saying is that you give dude, and that's the other thing too. If he wants to go down, he's already going down as one of the greatest coaches of all time. But if he comes to the pathetic San Diego fucking chargeless Chargers, right? And he makes this a powerhouse team, he would be the king of LA, dude. He really would. As much as LA don't give a shit about the Chargers, wants them gone, whatever. You bring in Bill Belichick, I guarantee you this team will get some respect right off of just that. So, I mean, come on, dude. Like, it's wow. I'm just saying, dude, it would make all the sense in the world, but then again, we have one of the cheapest owners in the game. So even if we had an opportunity to get him, probably wouldn't. Because that's just a Charger move to do.
My friends think that you're gonna waste Herbert. I don't want you to waste Herbert. Like, I know you're in our division, but like, I hope he has like a good career. I mean, he looks really good.
Yeah,
It,
and there is a possibility, bro, that could happen again. Like I said, we wasted Philip Rivers. Although, it wasn't that we wasted Philip Rivers' career. It's just Philip Rivers could never win the big game. He never could. He never could. And that was my biggest thing with him is that say what you want. We still had, dude, the Chargers were always a talented team. Uh, uh, Philip Rivers had a Hall of Fame tight end, arguably one of the best tight ends of all time.
yeah,
In
Gates,
Antonio Gates, had one of the best running backs of all time in LaDainian Tomlinson.
yeah,
Had a number of receivers, Vincent Jackson, Malcolm Floyd. So this whole poor Philip Rivers, no, fuck that, dude. Philip Rivers has always had a very solid team around him, and he could not win with this team. There's a difference, okay? And don't get me wrong, he did have some crappy coaches. I won't deny that. North Turner, Mike McCoy, and Anthony Lynn, but Aaron Rodgers was able to win a Super Bowl
with
under Mike
Mike
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
So shut up. Shut up.
Yeah,
There was a ton of talent here with the Chargers for a very long time. Very long time. So I don't want to hear it that, it's the Chargers wasted Philip Rivers' career. It's not that. It's just that Philip Rivers couldn't win the big games, dude. How many times
yeah,
did we have a chance to win the division against you guys and he would just straight up, he would, oh my God, dude. He's garbage and pressure. And he's proven it this year. Look, he had a win against Pittsburgh, which he got a win in his last, 2018 with the Chargers. He finally beat Pittsburgh. But other than that, dude, he's always folded like a freaking lawn chair. And he did it again this year. He had a big lead against Pittsburgh, and with as bad as Pittsburgh, losing to Cincinnati, losing to Washington, losing to all those bad teams,
Bills.
they were still able to beat the Colts. So Philip Rivers was the issue. That's why I always get into it with Charger fans, because it's not that, poor Rivers, he had nothing around him. No, he did. He had plenty of talent. Aaron Rodgers didn't have half the talent that Philip Rivers had. And yet Philip Rivers or Aaron Rodgers has actually won a Super Bowl.
To be fair, he does have 50 kids to take care of.
He does. And that's the thing, dude. It's like, he was too focused on kids' names most of the time, is at least what it would seem like when it was coming time to play a big game, dude. So, yeah, again, yeah, it sucks, dude, because like I said, too, I don't want Rivers' career or Herbert's career to get ruined here. I really don't, but we'll just have to see what happens. We'll see. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Go ahead. I said I want some competition, but go ahead.
Yes, dude. Stop. Do you know what? Okay, let me ask you this, Darcy. Why do you think the Kansas City Chiefs have been so dominant in this division?
I think it's been coaching, honestly. I mean, I understand
Exactly.
we've always had like a solid team, but when Andy Reid came in 13, he just kind of changed the culture. You need somebody to change the culture. Lynn has no culture. I mean, it's a losing culture if you said anything.
No. Lynn. That's a Chief fan told me that at the beginning of the year about culture, and I got so pissed off at him because I'm like, dude, Kansas City has had, dude, like you guys have literally been the Chargers, having these long runs and prior to recent success, dude, you guys hadn't won a playoff game since '93, okay, or in the early '90s
or something like that, yeah.
Yeah, 95. So you guys were literally the Chargers. And I don't know if you know who Ace Boog is, but he's like, he's like the Chargers culture. And I told you, dude, I got so pissed off, but it's like, no, dude, you're 100% right. You have to, Patrick Mahomes changed the code. Now, even though you had Andy Reid, and you were still winning with Alex Smith as your quarterback, but you just weren't ready to take that next level. Yeah. But when you made that trade for Patrick Mahomes from, I think, late 20s to what, 12 or whatever?
We had the 20-something, like 8th pick or whatever, and we traded up to 10 to get him.
Okay, so, So you did that. That's what changed the fortune of your franchise right there. Patrick Mahomes. Okay, and that's what you have to do in this league, man. You have to make risk. I've had talks with you, Rag, with about that forever. I think he's been they took a risk, they put it all in, and I remember that draft very well, man. And they actually were predicting Mahomes to go to the Chargers in the second round. I didn't want him. I said, nah, man. He's like this gadget player. I've seen Graham Harrell. I've seen all those guys. I'm like, nah, dude. I don't want nothing to do with him. Goes to show how much I know. But hey, dude, you still put it all out there, put Mahomes in there, and and that's what changed your coach. That's what the Chargers need. And to your point, yes, I think the coaching, he's has such a stranglehold on this division because the coaching is subpar, dude. Even John Gruden, who many would think is the second best coach in this division, nah, he's not.
I'm not a
John
Gruden
Gruden,
fan.
horrible.
I don't think
Yeah,
he's
John
very good.
Gruden, he's past his prime. He was never really that great to begin with, dude. Like
He's a
he
player's
won
coach.
us.
That's it. That's it.
He took Tony Dungy's Super Bowl team, and then he went up against the one team he absolutely had no, there. It was such a mismatch, because he knew the Raiders, like obviously just being there. So yeah, Gruden is the most overhyped coach if there ever was, because he wasn't shit before, that, and he's not anything, dude. He ran. People seem to always forget that Tampa Bay was such a loaded roster. He only managed one Super Bowl from it, and he ran that team into the ground.
Yeah.
After that, so
I mean, coaching makes a ton of difference, dude. Like,
yeah,
I can't remember exactly what we are, but I think ever since Andy Reid's been here, I think he's lost like a total of less than 8 divisional games or something like that in like
if
7
that,
or 8 years.
if
It's
that.
crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
so that's the main reason that you guys just own this division. But can it turn around? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think Herbert. Look, the Raiders, they completely dominated you in that first game. I admit that, but do you really want to hope on the Raiders to be the only hope for the AFC West to compete with you? Probably not, because they're gonna probably tear it down and start over, or who knows what they're gonna do. But yeah, I don't know.
yeah. I mean, like I said, Broncos aren't doing anything until they get a quarterback. And even then, I mean, we know Elway's history of getting quarterbacks. And I just
Yeah.
I mean, you guys got the quarterback. That's like the hardest position to hit, and you got it. Just like, are you guys gonna retain Allen and what about Mike
Oh yeah,
Williams?
yeah. Keenan Allen's already been re-signed. Joey Bosa's already been re-signed. Mike Williams is in a contract year, so either we trade him or just see what he can do with the brand new coordinator and then go from there. The Charger team, that's the thing about it. We have 26 free agents this year, but none is really that important. I mean, Hunter Henry's a big part. You got to make a big decision on what you're going to do with Hunter Henry, because I think you have to have a decent tight end in this game, dude. You just have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than him, Austin Eckler was just signed up. The weapons are pretty much locked in, other than Hunter Henry, like I said. But so as far as that goes, I feel good about it. It's just that we need to really do something about this defense because, again, but I don't think it's because of the players we have
Just
that we're
scheme
sucking as
and
bad on defense. It's because of the freaking Gus Bradley just being, an idiot.
well,
So
Gus Bradley, dude. Like, I mean, I've said this from the beginning. Like, he just finds a way to play well against the Chiefs, and I don't know how he
exactly.
does it. But I mean, you play the Chiefs twice. I mean, you gotta find. I mean, you gotta find somebody that can be good every week. Because
And
like,
I don't
dude,
remember. Or no, go ahead. Go ahead.
you remember the Sutton days. We had to bring in a new defensive coach, and he changed the culture. You almost need a new coaching culture to begin with, a new offensive coordinator, new head coach, and defensive coordinator almost.
Yeah. And well, see, I don't know if you remember this from earlier in the year, though, but I go, dude, if the Chargers do have a bad year, but if we play Kansas City tough, I might say fire Anthony Lynn and bring on Gus Bradley because, yes, I don't care what anybody says, dude, about, the Indy has figured out the Patrick Mahomes, all these other teams. Okay, they might have, but yet Patrick Mahomes has had how many games against the Chargers? I want to say
He's had 3
at
years in the
least
league. So 6, I
Yeah, so
think.
you
Oh, this will be
figure
his 6th, I think.
6 games, right?
Yeah.
He still has yet to pass for over 250 yards. Like, just think of that, dude. Like, how is that possible that Patrick Mahomes is yet to be able to throw that much? And like I said, dude, when we lose to the Chiefs, it's not because of Patrick Mahomes. We lose to him because we put our foot in our mouth or we do something stupid like the Mexico game last year.
Yeah.
And, Phillip Rivers, so that's why we've lost to the Chiefs. So, yes, whatever Gus Bradley has been able to do against the Chiefs, I commend him for that. But that's about it, though. And that's the thing. It's like, dude, you game plan so great against the Chiefs, yet you can't do that for Derek Carr. You
Yeah.
can't do that for, you
Drew
know,
Lock.
Drew Lock. Oh my God, dude. Like, see, that's what makes it so frustrating because it's like, what the hell are you doing then? How can you stop the best player in the league? And I don't care what Sev Cisneros says. Patrick Mahomes is the best player in the game.
He just is.
You can contain him, but you can't contain those guys. It's that's what I'm saying. It's so frustrating, bro. It's fucking irritating, But
That's almost like I feel like that's the Chargers in a nutshell. They always do stuff that you don't expect, but when you expect them to win, they don't.
oh yeah,
Like
dude. That's
that Jets
definitely
game, I was tempted to pick the Jets. I didn't, but you guys almost lost that Jets game. I mean, I guess the Jets have two.
yes.
They got 2
And
wins
then
now.
look at that Jets game. That Jets game is a perfect example of this Charger team. We build what? It was 31-13. Nobody really talks about that game because nobody was watching it, but it was 31-13. And we damn near blew that game
Wasn't
too.
there like 7 minutes left in the game too? There was like
There was a lot
not
of
a lot of
time, dude.
time.
I really thought we were gonna lose that game. And that's to the Jets. Like, my God, dude. If that's what I'm saying, if you're Dean Spanos and you're sitting there and you see this on a week-to-week basis, dude, look at the Chargers wins this year. They come against the Bengals, right? They have what, the top 5 pick. We've beaten the Jags. They have the number 1 pick. We barely beaten the Jags too. We got down by 10 of the Jags, I think, at one point. Gardner Minshew had a broken hand, still had a pretty decent game. But so, and then you beat the Jets, you beat the Falcons, right? They're top 5. Who else? You beat the Raiders, which again, we should have swept the Raiders this year, and you beat the Broncos right there. That's 6 of your wins right there. Broncos, Raiders, Jets, Jags, Falcons, and Bengals. Like, seriously, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? We had
look at the games you could have won too. Bucks,
exactly.
Saints, Chiefs. I mean, you let
The
a lot of
Raiders, we
them
should have
go.
swept the Raiders, and we should have swept. That's why I was saying the Chargers easily could be 11-5 this year, and that's why in the beginning of the season, when I'm looking at this schedule, bro, I'm like, dude, how is it that there's no way possible that the Chargers could have a losing record? Because look at how easy this schedule is, and here we are sitting at 6-9, going into the last game of the season, and it's just only the Chargers, bro. Only and then on top of that, obviously everybody had low expectations for the Chargers because Tyrod Taylor was our quarterback, right? Everybody thought that. Oh well, if only they had a quarterback, they would be a very good team this year, right? Well, we have one of the best rookie quarterbacks of all time. And even that can't get you to a winning record, dude. I don't know. I swear, dude. Everything here is like, what could go wrong will go wrong. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man. It's crazy.
I mean, I just hope
It
for your
really is.
sanity that like your GM doesn't draft like who was it? I heard that they were going to draft like a receiver in the first round with like
Yeah, dude, that would be. Yeah, they're talking receiver. But again, I mean, there's no receiver worth taking. And like I said, when we took at Mike Williams, in the first round at number 7, there was no need for that. We should have went quarterback that year, which I'm not really mad about now, obviously, but we should have either had Watson or Mahomes in that year. But we didn't. We took a receiver. I think if we take another receiver this year, it'd be okay. But again, dude, you gotta block. You gotta block. And I think I think John Ross is as good as Jalen Waddle, or I know you're not watching college right now.
Yeah, he's the
But
Alabama receiver. I've seen some stuff on him.
yeah, and they're all great. They all have, they're all these speedsters, they're all this and that. We've seen what happened with Henry Ruggs, although it'd be a different case here. I think Henry Ruggs would have been better in Denver than he is with the Raiders, because we all knew that Derek Carr can't get the ball to him deep, which is the only reason you would draft Henry Ruggs. That's why it made no sense when they took him. But if you give Henry Ruggs, because one thing Drew Lock does have is a cannon of an arm, then it would make sense. But what's the sense of you? But again, dude, I just think I don't know. I think John Ross is as good as any of those guys. He just needs to get in a better system and go from there. But yeah, I'll be kind of pissed off if we take receiver, dude, for real, in the first round.
I mean, yeah, you should be.
What's up, Andy Rod?
So, yeah, I was kind of pissed when we took Helaire in the beginning. Like, I remember that, but it worked out fine. Because we got
there wasn't really any linebackers you could take.
Yeah, and we got our linebacker in the second round too, so it wasn't like we had ignored what we needed. We just got him later.
I was hoping that pick would backfire, but then I know who you are, dude. You have everybody.
Do you think Kafka will step up to OC? I think he would probably. Actually, dude, Kafka, our quarterbacks coach, he's pretty good. I don't think he's ready for a head coaching job, but Mahomes credits him a lot with his development. So he's a guy that you probably look on a coaching list in the next couple of years if he does get promoted. I don't know. I want this to be a good game. I think it will be a good game. Do you have a final score prediction? I mean, I'm just kind of thinking about this right now. I'm thinking like 26 to like 20 Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 24-30 Chiefs.
Okay.
And it'll be Herbert on a 2-minute. I'm telling you, we're gonna come down. We're gonna have the ball, 2-minute offense. We're gonna do just enough, and then we're gonna freaking just have the score right there to win the game, and then something bad happens, and then you say, "Oh well, fuck it, now we'll be in the top 10." Why not? But yeah, I think it'll be something like that, dude. 24-30.
If you do lose, you're in the top 10. Like, is it?
I would assume right now we're 12. So if we lose, considering I think Dallas is playing for a play. Dallas is in front of us right now. They're playing for the playoffs, so they'll probably, win that game. I think. I don't know. I'd have to go look at the schedule, but yeah, there'll be enough teams. Yeah, right now we're 12th, and I think Dallas, Washington, all those teams are ahead of us. Giants are ahead of us. I don't know who they're playing again. They could be playing all each other. I don't know.
Honestly, dude, Dallas is playing the Giants. Honestly, you just need a few of these teams to win, and you could get up pretty.
And
close
I think Denver does win this week. I think they will beat the Raiders. So I think right there you got Denver winning. You'll have Dallas winning. I forget who else is ahead of us, but yeah, I think if we lose this game, I think we'll be top 10.
There's possibly so many 6 to 9 teams.
8. Yeah, dude, it's fucking frustrating because it's like, dude, how could a 7 and 9 team go back all the way to 15th in this draft? So it just it sucks, dude. This year has been so bad. It's just it's a bad year to be bad. I'll put it to you like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, either you were. I'm looking at it now. If you're not a 10-win team, you're basically like middle of the pack, which is not. That's crazy. It's crazy that Washington might make the playoffs. I mean, I think that all that has to happen is, don't they just have to win on Sunday or something?
Who, Washington?
Like that? Like, I don't know, but yeah, Washington's gonna make in the.
That'd be crazy, dude. If Washington makes the playoffs,
watch Washington make the Super Bowl.
Whoever makes it out of that AFC East. What's up?
It's technically 2021, but like it'd be the most 2020 thing for like the Washington football team to win a playoff game.
I don't see. I think whoever makes it out of the East is going to be a layup for whoever they're playing, dude. There's no way Andy Dalton couldn't win in Cincinnati. So, I don't see him doing anything with Dallas. And then if Washington gets there, I mean, it'd be a great story for Alex Smith and all that. But I don't know. Depending on who they play. Although this year is just, I'm telling you, dude, this is right now. I'm praying the Titans or somebody could step up because I don't really see anybody that could take out the Chiefs, dude. I really don't. I don't. Well, obviously, we already seen what New Orleans can do. New Orleans, a lot of people putting them in the Super Bowl, bro. I don't see New Orleans making it.
I can't.
No way.
I can't pick the Saints, dude. After what they've done, I'm reluctant to pick them. I just think that they're gonna choke.
Yeah. I would put my money on Seattle, dude. I think Seattle is that team that, they have a little bit of everything. I know their defense hasn't been that great, but, all they need is a couple good games. It's not – that's the beauty of football, dude. Like, anybody could have a good game. And I think Seattle is probably the biggest threat to come and even possibly beat you. But other than that, dude, who? I mean,
I think
I know
Chiefs
a lot of people,
team, and I think I think we'll win it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think that this team is just and that's I want to see what they do this year and if they win it. But this team is gonna be scary for a long time, dude. I mean, a long time. We've got the pieces in place. They're not going anywhere. I mean, barring injury, I mean, we're gonna draft well like we usually do. I mean, we're gonna be like this for a while, and that's gonna be scary. For a lot of
although, dude, you guys are gonna get in some salary cap trouble next year or this offseason. Because I think you're about $8 million cap space. So if you have you signed everybody already.
Well, I think we're gonna cut a few guys, and we got to restructure Clark. Clark is just killing us with his contract right now. He's getting paid $18 million or something like that.
Damn.
I mean, and dude, he's awful. I mean, I like Frank Clark as a dude, but I think he's got 5 or 6 sacks on the year.
And he made the Pro Bowl, didn't he?
Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't know why he did that.
Disgusting.
I mean, it's bad because he's not even a top 10 defensive end, let alone good enough to be in the Pro Bowl. So, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I think we're going to win it this year, and we'll see how it goes after that. But it all starts in the division. I mean, if you guys can challenge us in the division next year, it'll be harder. But we saw it with the Patriots, if your division's a layup every year, I mean, you got an automatic 6. I'm not saying it's an automatic 6 wins, but back in the AFC East, I mean, it basically was 6 wins. And even if it's an automatic 5 wins next year, that's 5 more wins. And I think we all play the NFC East next year.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that's going to be enough for us to probably get to the playoffs just off that alone. So, I mean, we'll see, but it'll be an entertaining game this Sunday. So, Ellie, you got any closing thoughts?
Just no, I don't. Let's just see. Let's see what. Okay, I'll put it to you like this. Let's see what we do to lose this game. I'm curious to see how it unfolds and how we lose this game, more than what I think we could do to win it. And that's just a sad reality for a Charger fan. What are we gonna do this week? Well, how are we gonna find a way to lose this week? Although it doesn't really matter, but still, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I got nothing left. I'm defeated till next year. Next year, then we can go from there. But this year, I'm done.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. I know it's tough when your team's not very good, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. All right, Darcy. Well, we're gonna keep talking, man, and good luck the rest of the way, brother.
Good luck to your team too. Hopefully, get a better draft pick.
Yeah, come on, guys, give us a top 10 pick, dude. Come on,
Yeah. Give the
you know
Chargers a
you're
second
worried about
top
this
10
team.
pick.
You know you're worried about this team. Come on
We'll,
now.
we'll have to see. Anyway, thanks
All
again.
right, all right, brother. Have a good one, man.
You too. All right, so we've
Later.
been talking for about an hour now. This stream was not really meant to be much of a Q&A. I just wanted to get that preview out. I know we have 77 people with me, but I think what we're probably going to do is come back tomorrow night for the Kingdom call-in. That's where everybody can join the show. I'll answer more of your questions, and we can kind of get into it tomorrow night. So I appreciate everybody for watching this video. Right now, we got 79 people in here. I kind of wish that we had kept it going, but I actually got to take off. So subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'm pretty sure we're pretty close to I want to say 4,600. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I think we're 20 away. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. You can follow me on Instagram at KC_sports report. I post a lot of stuff about the Chiefs, injury updates and the COVID stuff, and basically all the news before I can get a video out on it. So follow me on Instagram at KC_sports report. You can support the merch. I know that there's been some merch problems. If you want to support the channel through the merch, you can do that. The link is also in the description. And with that being said, I will be here tomorrow night for the Kingdom call-in. So I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. So with that being said, Happy New Year and have a great rest of your Friday night.